Welcome back everyone to the Path of the Awenydd, your guide to inspired living using the power of astrology and tarot. I am your big bad wolf astrologer, Blythe Mardrug, here to guide you into your weekly forecast. This week it's all about opposites, opposites, opposites. We've got Uranus opposite Mercury, we've got the Sun opposite Mars, we have Venus coming up into opposite aspect to Neptune. And not only that, we've got the Sun and Mars also squaring up to Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, creating a T-square. Also, we've got the new moon in Libra coming up into the end of this week, and we also have the dreaded Mercury retrograde. Yay! I can hear everyone shouting at the same time. And I'm here to guide you on not only how to survive these challenging aspects, but also to how to thrive through them. So I will see you in a few minutes. Welcome Capricorn to your weekly forecast for the weeks commencing 12th of October 2020. This week starts out with a T-square between your Sun in your 10th house of career in the sign of Libra, with Mars here in your 4th house of home in the sign of Aries. Both of these are giving each other, they're fueling each other. So you basically have this really big impact energy. And this is causing you to be more willful about what you want at home and how you're expressing yourself at work. And both of these are squaring up to Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn, which are in your own sign here. So this is how your self-expression, this is how people will see you. This is causing some conflict. This willfulness that you have at home and at work is causing you some stress in how people see you. With the 10th in your 10th house of career, it's obviously about working with people. Your sun sign is making it more about you. You're putting yourself more in what you want than how others want. And this is also reflecting in your home life as well, where you've got active Aries anyway. So Aries is always very much about being active. So you have a very active home life, very movable. Well, I wouldn't say movable, it's fixed and cardinal. Sorry. But yes, you're expressing yourself at home very vividly, I would like to say. It's all about what you want at home, and obviously this is causing tension between the people at home and the people at work, and this is causing you to feel restrictive. Or maybe people are saying something and it's making you feel you can't express yourself, and you're trying to find why you're trying to transform the way you people see you, and this is causing some energy cut off. And then you've got the exuberant Jupiter here, who is feeding off that energy for the Sun and Mars here, and it's making yourself want to making you want to overdo things. And this T-square is going to be affecting you for the rest of the week, and maybe into a little bit of next week as well. This T-square has a sort of a release valve in your 7th house here in Cancer. This empty space here. This is where we find a way to deal with all that tension and conflict that T-square is causing. So this is your house of relationships and your partnerships, whether it's romantic partnerships or business partnerships, or close friendships. So this is saying you need to maybe communicate with those closest to you and tell people how you're feeling, how you're doing, and just keeping that line of communication open, and having that special someone in your corner, or having your business partners or the people close to you at work that know you and can tell you the truth about how you're doing, because it is basically you are being very willful, very dominant in this scenario. So you just need to be able to relax and be able to take in what other people are saying, and to work in a more cooperative way. And with home, I'm seeing a very, very willful, very dominant personality at home as well. So this might be causing issues. If you got someone at home, this might be causing some issues with them, or the people around you, close family and things like that are seeing it as well. So you got that at the start of the week. And also we've got Uranus here in your 5th house of creativity, in earthly Taurus, opposite the Mercury in your 11th house of friendships and goals and dreams, and in Scorpio. So what does this mean? Uranus is about non-tradition, fighting tradition, being against the traditional, the great rebel, very innovative, very creative, in the creative house, this works for you. And being an earthly Taurus, very practical way of doing things as well. And then you've got the very communicative Mercury up here in the 11th house of your social friendships, your social circles. So you're able to communicate well, and you just need to wire them up. There seems to be this idea that you can't have this creative side and be able to express yourself intelligently with other people that might not see it that way. Yes, so just express yourself. Be who you are. That is basically what this opposite, this melding of this opposite is. It's about this balance that you have to create. You can be able to express yourself to your friends and your social circles and still be a creative person. And then you've got Venus over here in your 9th house of religion and philosophy and higher learning, and this is trining up to Uranus and sextiling the Mercury. So this is acting sort of a release valve on this tension of this opposite. So you have this here in Virgo, who's very practical and very earthly as well, and he is saying just be your charming self and be able to express yourself creatively, and communicate that to your friends, or communicate with your friends in the same manner, and your friends will be able to give you feedback and be able to tell you, to encourage you in this activity. And this activity will again be able to feed into your friendships. You'll be able to be more open to your friends and be more expressive, be able to communicate with them, and also just be charming. Just work with that there. And as we move into later in the day, let's go to Wednesday. That's when the moon lines up with Venus, giving a strong aspect to this T-square that you are having at the moment between your work and home life and your self-expression. Again, this is all about religion, spirituality, philosophy, higher learning, very intuitive way of dealing with things, love. It could be a spiritual aspect here. I'm getting a spiritual aspect. You've definitely got you got these two opposite here, the Neptune here in retrograde in Pisces in your house of communication. So this house of communication, or how you how you communicate with others, or in your local area, your community, your brothers and sisters, your neighbors. We have this mystical element to this communication. So you'll be able to pick up on how people think, how almost psychically. There's this very intuitive way of doing it, and you've got it. And this is coming up in the 9th house as well, and it's a bit of a learning thing as well. This learning area, this higher learning, and you've got it in your overall learning over here in your third house as well. And all these are aspecting to this Mercury in your 11th house of friendships. So this communication is very important. Just be aware that Mercury is going stationary, it's going retrograde for the next 3 weeks in your friendship house. So there could be some ideas or communication between your friends is going to be very misconstrued, or it could be some miscommunication, and you just need to make sure that you speak clearly and get your ideas across very clearly to your friends and others. Moving on to the rest of the week, let's go back. I was on that one. And new moon on Friday in the sign of Libra. New beginnings of partnerships, relationships, and a sign of being compromise and being able to relate to other people well. Unfortunately, this new moon does enter the T-square, conflict between your work and your home and your way of expressing yourself. This brings in sort of an emotional impact into your work. It's very intuitive, but you still have that release from in your relationships, and also you've got Venus here in your higher ideals house as well. So you just keep yourself up. Take the high road when you can, and don't be so set in doing things your way only, and let other people contribute and compromise where you can, and don't talk yourself out of a situation. It's one thing we don't need to do, and always keep yourself as a focus, but also know that you need to learn to listen to other people as well. And then at the end of the week, we have the moon conjuncting with Mercury, retrograde, opposite this Uranus sign. So you have this intuitive communication with your friends. You're able to communicate them on a more emotional level. Again, expressing yourself in this creativity, this unconventional creative side of yourself that you're trying to express, and you'll be able to get that through. That has a tension reliever from this Neptune moon trine here. So yeah, you're taking on that mystical aspect, being able to communicate that to your friends. I find that the communication between your higher ideals and this mystical aspect of communication and this intuitive side and communicative intellectual side that you have with your friends are all linked in one way or another. And that's going to help that T-square as well, because they're it's all interconnected at the moment. So Capricorn, I do hope you love this video. If you do, please click the thumbs up. Please subscribe if you want more videos like this, and they do get better. And and yes, please subscribe, and I will see you later. Thanks for joining me. Bye.